It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game. And we got a great one in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the New York Giants. The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
When we spent our time talking to the coaches prior to the game, they emphasized that they wanted a quick start to begin things. Most of the time you think about that on the offensive side of the ball, but in this case, it's the special teams that provide that quick start.
On first down, they'll start out with Moss. And he is
no, Coulson already?
Behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On play action, here's Williams. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. To throw, Williams. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is brought in at the 21. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going.
But I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
On 3rd down, Hankins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
The That's an early scramble to be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he's got room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That good for 22 and a first down.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. A carry here for Trevor Etienne. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. At the 38-yard line. Looking to throw, Dart. McKinnon here, it's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Let's go. Liking 18. 70 ranges. 70 ranges.
Here's Dart. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got
I love me. I should have picked that shit off.
Have another first down as the tackle
They didn't even throw it.
at the Bears' 15-yard line.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
Up the middle they go. Hankins. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. 14 yards. And the Giants are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Gets around him. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
17 yards. First down, Bears.
A give running right, Moss. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
From the gun, here's Williams. Now he'll take this and run. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Williams. That is caught.
Let's go, yo.
Have another first down as the tackle.
Figure it out.
The Giants 37. His first catch, and it's a pretty
Get in
good
cover one.
conversion on third down.
Get in cover one. Figure that out. Figure that out.
In the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
Cover one.
Looking to throw as Williams.
In man. Gotta beat that, Ron. In man. We gotta beat that. Gotta beat that fucking man, man. Cover one. Gotta beat that.
Down at the 9. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
Right down his throat. Ah, come on. He went in the back of them.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Yeah, he late. Late. Attaboy, good shit.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Colston Loveland from 8 yards out. And the Bears are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Come on. 2 more yards.
Across the 30 and down at the 42. Great return.
That return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Oh, man. Good tackle, bro. Wide open.
64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Right back to him on first down.
Oh, no.
And he works free.
No, you got to make that tackle in the backfield, big dog.
Just shy of the 20. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
On the count.
There we go. What's that?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they set the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Now a handoff up the middle. Hankins. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
Come on, babe. Get off that field.
The pick up there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
I on a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Now 3rd down and 7. To throw now, Dart. He'll try and do this himself. Well, I don't think he got it.
Good stop.
He's shot by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in
Big
his
right here,
sight.
fella. We need to stop.
I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together. At least get them in position to try a field goal.
Destroying that boy, man.
To their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come.
Ain't nobody but to sit in no fucking cover 1 against me. No way. No fucking way. No way, bro. Come on, man. Y'all got to block.
Opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
To the air, Williams.
Come on, man. You got to catch that, man. You a superstar X Factor, man. What are you doing? How you drop that, bro? Come on, post a love.
Only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Fielded just inside the 20. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he goes out right around the 39. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. This 2nd and 4. Dart. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
Come on, man. What are you doing? Why would you go inside?
Down the sideline he goes.
What a fucking idiot. You got to go to the outside, not inside, and you do a screen.
Great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Throwing is Williams. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
There he goes, right side. He may go. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. He's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think
everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
On first down, Hankins. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from Philly.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. yards. And the Giants continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play there for Chicago. 42 yards.
A gain of 42 yards on the play. First down, Chicago.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Moss on the give up the middle. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
It's 4th down.
They'll go. Here's Williams. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. 74 yards. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Bears 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, good-looking return set up here. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Williams pass intercepted. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ready, ready. Panther Street. Panther Street. Let's go.
They go play action with Dart. Now he's going to step up and run. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Up the middle they go. Hankins. Looks right. 5. And he will take it off in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. 43 yards. And the Giants get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Williams. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Bears punter now. Standing just outside his own goal line. And taken right at the 35. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Cougar 19.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hankins. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Hankins. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. A big play there. 48 yards. And the Giants have got it on cruise control. And that now 6 rushing touchdowns for him. And that ties him with Alvin Kamara, who on Christmas Day of 2020 also went for 6 touchdowns. And this is quickly turning into one of the great individual performances in NFL history. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. This now a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it
Back to throw. Williams. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Moss. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Williams. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
a gain of 4 yards.
Working out of the gun, Williams. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
It's 2nd down.
Back to throw. Williams. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Hey, volunteer, volunteer, volunteer. Punch balls, punch balls.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at about the 14. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants' offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Let's go. Ready?
They'll keep it on the ground. Hankins, despite some fast footwork, he's still rumbled down shy of the 15. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now Dart. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have the Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On first and 10, it's ETN. Room here to run. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
At the Bears' 26-yard line.
Here's Dart. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
12 yards to go.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. From the right hash. This from 45 yards away. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays and harder to move it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Bears first down. A gain of 19.
Throwing again here, Williams.
First down, Bears.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Deontay Banks on the coverage.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
First down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Second down in the yard. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. To throw, Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Chicago.
They'll look to throw now on first down. To the left side, he's got his tight end Loveland. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
And the Giants season will continue at least another week as we say so long, everybody. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.